live.
And there we are.
Woo!
Oops.
Advance, turn that down, turn that up a little bit. Lucky Bet, ooh, Thomas Michael, yo! Flipnut Dude at 88, I see you. Captain Howdy 91, howdy folks. And on episode number 52 of painting all, like, 3 dozen of the guns.
Yeah. It's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, did anything happen in Warhammer land?
Ooh.
No.
Oh.
Doesn't look like it.
Flipnut Dude at 88, the best and most relaxing time of the day has begun. Yeah, Miller time.
Exactly. Imperium magazine releases outside the UK.
Ah, there's finally a date.
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far. Here, let's see. Is there a date? Launching in the United States from the 26th of January.
Wow, there you go.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey the Bandit, PSA for all Thousand Sons players. Zangors are sharp and will go through your foot when your cats knock them off the table.
Wow, I believe it. They're spiky little dudes. Thousand Sons are cool, though. I have not met the Thousand Sons yet in Horus Heresy, in the novels, but I can't wait. I met Magnus. He's a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, I'm working my way through the Horus Heresy novels, and boy, like the first 3 books really kind of move at a clip, sort of like in terms of like the timeline of things. So I'm guessing they're gonna have to ratchet it way down. Like whoa, let's really quick take a 10-book break and figure out what's going on over here, and meet everyone and have a bunch of other stories. Because so far it does not feel like they intended it to be a 50-book series.
When do they start making these books?
I think 2006.
Huh. So do they come out with like 8 a year?
Apparently.
I mean, geez Louise. Zalian, I'm signed up for the Imperium here in the USA. Can't wait for it to start.
Cool, yeah, you'll be showered in models. But really, I mean, I can't wait for those magazine articles.
Oh my goodness. So
That's really what you're paying for.
Yeah. Man. A lot of exciting stuff.
Mm-hmm. Might as well just throw away the models.
Mm-hmm. Don't call me Shirley. I can't wait for the day that I hear on your video. This video has been sponsored by Crayola. I can't wait either.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Crayola.com and see see how this all works. Let's see. Maybe they have a
Yeah, partner program or something.
Oh, they do. They have a become an affiliate.
Ooh.
Usually that's like not great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might as well just not do this.
Here's my phone. Yoink.
I bet we'd have to buy a lot more crayons in order to be able to do this.
Peter Blandtastic, friendly neighborhood game store buddy, is letting me paint his cruel boy. Is taking a break from painting orcs, sort of. Yep, that is definitely taking a break, sort of.
I like they have, under helpful links, they have the Crayola Experience. Do you think that's their podcast?
Mm-hmm. I like to think, though, it's a podcast of 8-year-olds.
Oh, it's like, they're like stores. Kind of interesting, like Crayola stores, or like in like a theme park kind of a thing. Interesting. There's one in Orlando, Minneapolis, Plano, Texas.
Don't call me Shirley. I can't wait for the day that I hear that your video has been sponsored by Crayola. Callock. Just got to my midway point on my custodies posted on EOB Complete. Thanks again for inspiring me to push the work. Still need 4 jet bikes and 4 shield bearers, but running out of room to photograph. Neat. I love the idea of the shields and kill team, because they seem like ridiculously overpowered, but you need to be able to shoot all your bolt guns, and without having a 6-inch range. So I think the spears are the way to go, but the shields are cool. Station Shy. How would you go about giving a wash to the underside of a Venom? How do you stop it from pooling in weird places? I think you just don't use so much wash that it pools. Like, just give it a one good even thin coat. Simon Levi's Monkey. Maybe the Imperium magazine articles will finally tell us what Victoria's secret is.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Don't call me Shirley. Nick, has Jay's computer come in? Yes, it has. It's here. It works. It does the thing. It's neat.
So now the real question is, for how long?
Yeah. Oh, I have all the boxes and the packing material.
Yeah. Keep those for 42 days.
Yeah.
Return window of 42 days. I have also kept my everything.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I might just return it in 42 days and get a new one just in case.
Yeah, there you go.
Because, yeah, very interesting.
Do you think anyone has ever, like, had to edit a movie, and so they buy a computer, edit the movie, and then return it after 40 days?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. People do that with cameras.
That makes a lot of sense.
You film a bunch of stuff, return it. Because you don't have the money to rent.
Yeah.
Lie. Oh, yeah, it didn't work like how I thought. Guys are out here in Minnesota. They have one at the Mall of America. Just walked by it last Friday. It's great. The Crayola Experience. Wonderful. Well, yeah, we'll be sponsored by Crayola. We'll talk all about that. A lot of fun. Their website's really cute. A lot of, very colorful and a little upsetting.
I only want to watch it. EOB evening, fellas. Just got to play my first game of Kill Team today. My last remaining model took 17 wounds from a triple crit Melta. It was glorious. Wow, that's pretty good. Yeah, Meltas are deadly if you can get within 6 inches. Jake Dong, Jay or Nick, are you going to buy the new Eldars?
No.
Probably not. Maybe the hero, the Archon, because I kind of want to see if I can kit bash it to look more like the artwork. But other than that, nah.
Mhm.
Galzarok, Eons of gameplay soon. Oh, soon. Zalon, Eons of Battle reports. There you go.
Jason M. Eons of Crayola.
Don't call me Shirley. Can't wait for the day that Games Workshop makes a magazine like Playboy, but with naked models. Well, some would say that Playboy is full of naked models, but
That's true. Yeah.
that would actually be hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And weirdly possible, because there's totally a subculture of like nudie and pinup miniatures.
Mm-hmm. Although I don't know if Games Workshop would explore that
No,
category
probably not.
necessarily. That's what the creeps online are for.
Mm-hmm.
Radioactive Bear. Hey Jay, do you think Games Workshop should make a new Weird Boy model for the orcs?
They sort of just did with the Were Boy.
Right.
Probably. God, there's a lot of models. Basically, should Games Workshop remake? Yes, they should. One day.
Yeah.
PJ McMurray, one time at Sam's Club, I had a customer blatantly admit to taking advantage of our overly generous return policies to upgrade his TV every 6 months. That's pretty awesome. Every 6 months,
What a
just gets a
winner.
better one.
Mm-hmm. Some say he's still doing it to this day.
Yeah, and God bless him.
Mm-hmm. This is pretty good.
I just got a Sam's Club membership, and they didn't even take my picture. I just have a card that says Sam's Club on it. Could give it to anyone.
Interesting. I wonder. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you would do. I feel like you can find one of those just out in the parking lot randomly. You know,
Mhm.
somebody dropped it on accident.
It'd be really funny if there was someone out in the parking lot just scalping Sam's Club membership cards.
That would be pretty good.
$30.
Mm-hmm.
$30 and you can buy all the bulk purchase frozen food you want.
Mm-hmm.
Get a triple pack of pop cereal. Some nice
all the
$15
special
blue
K you
jeans.
want. Yeah. You get the mega family pack of
Dove soap.
Special K.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Zalon, I want to hear/see Nick get excited about new models. Seems like he has a high standard. Well, I like this. And then Benjamin Reynolds responded for me. Nick doesn't perk up unless it's Gloomspite or a dentist.
Mm.
Yes, both of those are true.
Rose Bip says, do you do the damage stippling with a silver colored paint or do you use one of the metallic paints? The silver colored paint is metallic.
Maybe gray. Maybe you meant gray.
Oh,
Gray
yeah.
color?
I just I sponge on some bright silver paint. And what works well with the sponging is you kind of get small dots, and the small dots are big enough that they like reflect the light, and so it almost looks like whites. Because you always want that high contrast.
Don't call me Shirley. Nick only gets excited when he hears advances in stripper pole technology. That's dancer pole to you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. It is very exciting, though.
They have them shaped like crazy straws now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have the SPT conference coming up soon, and I'm really excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
Got my badge already. Got the VIP, of course. So that allows you to really test them out, because that's kind of, what I need. Simon the Lobotomized Monkey, I have a dentist, in quotation marks, appointment coming up, and I'm only dreading it a little.
I bet it's a fake appointment because dentists aren't real.
Damn, and nobody can check us on that.
Jason G, has anybody used Gaia Notes lacquer paints for miniatures, mainly airbrushing, since I came from Gunpla modeling, and lacquers tend to have some of the best scratch resistance and coats in one go. I wonder though, do they dry with a glossy finish? Because usually gloss paints are pretty hardy, and I think usually Gundams have a kind of a glossy or semi-glossy sheen. Which usually with tabletop miniatures you want matte. You want matte everything. Not so average Joe. If you guys could see an existing universe turn into a tabletop game, which would it be? My vote would be for Mass Effect. Man, basically everything already has a miniatures game, but I would say Gremlins. It would never happen, but it would be really fun. Maybe just one single
pretty cool.
boxed game. Where you got like
That
Billy, Mogwai, Kate, and then they have to fight against Stripe and the other Gremlins.
I like it.
There's a really, really interesting looking board game that uses light. It's like Bigfoot or something, like Bigfoot Woods, Into the Woods with Bigfoot. But you have your piece is a lantern, and you have to try to shine your light on the little creatures, and the creatures are trying to avoid the light. And that actually seems like a pretty cool game. It's not like really a miniatures game, it's like a board game, but it looks neat. And that's maybe how you could do the Gremlin game, because Gremlins have to avoid the light.
There you go. You get that one for free, everyone.
Mm-hmm. Jason Chi, what does everybody think about the new Sisters of Battle supplement? There was a Sister of Battle supplement?
Looks like. Yeah, new codex supplements. Oh, it's. I think does this have to do with the seasons or whatever the hell that is? An army. The codex supplement for the Order of the Bloody Rose.
Well, that's the close combat focus Sister Battle force. Wayne Dodson, any interest in the Kill Team Open next month? Yes, I mean, it sounds cool, but I'm not going, so nope.
There you go. PJ McMurray, dancer poles shaped like silly straws. I bet those take real skill, and Nick is excited because he could flex on everyone. Oh yeah. And I know how to move. I know how to do it. I'm Bartman. Do you like me?
Nope.
No. That was an easy question.
Mm-hmm. To paint the rim of the base black, I'm using my good old Apple Barrel black paint. And you know what? Works like a charm. Not bad for 80 cents. A little pricey, but
Yeah.
probably haven't even used a penny's worth yet.
I don't know, that sounds pretty expensive to me.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Welch, any tips for painting eyes outside of steady hands and patience?
I'd say make
Nailed it
sure
with
that you're
those
nice
two.
and steady and patient. I
And add a little bit of practice in there.
Yeah, I usually paint the eye black and then paint the white, and then I just use black for the pupil, because at that scale it doesn't matter. And then make sure that you're using really thin coats of paint, because you're going to mess up and have to redo it over and over and over and over and over again.
Chris, how much do you have to thin that apple barrel?
Quite a bit, because it's pretty thick, but it thins well. It doesn't kind of lose its consistency. It doesn't start to get too transparent.
Flipnut Dude at 88, do a black and white stripe on the bases.
No.
I think you should paint half the rims white.
Mm-hmm. I'm Messiah Sphinx. Hey there all. What order is a good shooty Space Marine army? Should I try and find out what works for me? I'd pick units with guns. If you want a good shooty army. Maybe some Devastators, Hell Blasters. I mean, I assume you want the shooting to be like high damage dealing, because I feel like that's the most fun shooting.
No, I think it's more fun with low damage dealing and nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
That's more fun for me. I'm Bartman. Do you like the old Catachan better than the new ones?
No, I mean there isn't new ones. I mean, except for current Ripper Jackson and they've made a couple of characters, but no, the old ones look awful. I mean, I don't even think they look good for back in the day. They just look bad. Some models really kind of hold up, like the Orc Boys, classic Orc Boys, really held up. The Catachan,
yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
Also, the kit's not that good. I've assembled some Catachan, and it's even rough building them. You have to pose the two weird muscly arms and then try to get the gun to fit on there too.
Oh, it's one of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they could definitely use a remake. It'll be interesting to see what they do with the Imperial Guard, because they basically have to make like 10 different trooper boxes. And then, of course, if they do that, people are going to be like, well, how come you didn't make 10 different command squads and 10 different heavy weapon teams? And how come they each don't have their own separate Chimera and vehicle transfer sheet and upgrade sprue? So I wonder if Games Workshop is just kind of ignoring it and hoping the problem goes away.
Mm-hmm.
Monitor, apple barrel jeans, boots with the fur.
Amazing.
Jason Chai. Yes, lacquers do have some gloss finish paints, but you can find a matte version for most get a semi-gloss finish, though airbrushing, texturing. Typically a lot of Figma in Japanese factories use it. Interesting. Yeah, usually you want kind of like a matte, a nice soft matte finish, because it also sets you up to where it's for more layers of paint. Sometimes glossy or weird, like slick surfaces can be a little hydrostatic, and also glossy surfaces don't take well to dry brushing. I'm Bartman. I mean the metal old Catachans. The metal ones are a lot better than the plastic ones. They're okay. They're not much better, but they're definitely better.
PJ McMurray, I would like to argue that, but you're probably right on the guard players. Yeah.
I mean, it would be cool, but I mean, we just saw Creed come out, and I feel like it seemed like no one cared. Although they're not out yet, really. Like, they haven't gotten their own separate box, which is annoying. But it'll be interesting to see what people think. Will people start Krieg guard armies, or is it just gonna, you know? Because I feel like people clamoring for Maccabian Janissaries, Steel Legion, Penial Legion, Talern Desert Raiders, Catachan Jungle Fighters do exist. You can buy Catachan Jungle Fighters. Like, there's so many little Imperial Guard who's a what's its. Whereas Space Marines is like, yeah, any Space Marine player can buy any box and you just paint them a different color. It works great.
Not so average Joe. I would love to do Krieg, but unless they make everything in plastic, Forge World is too expensive.
Absolutely.
Well, I think it's affordable and cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's my hot take. Let's just say I'm freshly signed, if you know what I mean.
El Equal Monkey, I want to paint with you, but I first got to practice trombone and craft some flutes. Are you playing Minecraft? Practice trombone and craft some flutes.
Huh.
Like out of wood?
Well, I don't understand why you wouldn't be able to do those things while also painting.
Yeah.
Just, don't give up.
Simon the Lobotomized Monkey. Poop.
Ah. Nice.
Nut Beats. I want to start a Harlequin's army. Ah, me too. I think some of the greatest videos on the internet is By Painted's videos on painting Harlequin stuff. Boy, that man could paint.
Mm-hmm. And now he is dead. I don't know if that's true,
Yeah.
but it is. It's very interesting. People, can you imagine just disappearing online?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be like kind of rude, don't you think? The people that like you and enjoy what you do. It'd be pretty rude.
PJ McMurray, with the Krieg, Guard players rejoice, but without the separate release, most are just waiting for now. Makes sense. I know, I kind of want them to release the Krieg separately, because technically you can take 14 Krieg in a kill team.
Oh, so you could have, I see.
Yeah, you can either have the missiles or 4 extra regular Krieg. You probably take the missiles if you're going up against like Space Marines or Space Marine equivalents, and then you take the extra bodies against everything else.
Interesting. There you go. Equal Monkey. I'm making flutes out of PVC for my students.
Ah.
Interesting. Equal Monkey. I just got the Krieg Octeris box, one of the last ones in stock.
Nice.
Ah.
It's a good box. Fun terrain, good minis.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully now that they're finally starting to sell out of it, they can release everything separately.
Yeah. Let's see if I can buy it right now. What the hell's it called? Kill Team. Use their website. There we go. Ooh. It's gone.
Woo!
Yeah, you can buy Chalnath.
Good old Chalnath. Chalnath is neat. I like the buildings, I like the minis. I don't know if I like them enough. I like the Sisters Novitiates. I don't know if I like them enough to buy everything all at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I would assume that they're gonna have to start teasing the next two kill teams soon.
Yeah.
Within like the next like month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Because they always do like 2 months of teasing.
Mm-hmm. Garrett Black, what brushes do you use? I use a whole bunch of different brushes. My favorite is... Where is it? It's not one of these. Ah, it's this one. My favorite brush in the whole wide world is a Rosemary & Co. Synthetic Series 313 size 3. It's just a good all-around brush. And then for a lot of my painting, I use cheapy Walmart synthetic brushes. They only cost
Walmart special.
I don't know, what do they cost, like 25 cents each? And they're great. They actually hold up fairly well. I abuse them, I never clean them, and they work great.
Need to spank them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget about the spanking. Looking at Dude at 88. Chaos versus Eldar.
That'd be neat. Cody Pusinho, are you going to do a painting video when the new Avatar of Cain drops? Probably not. If Games Workshop sends it to us for free and then pays us, we'll do it.
So, yeah. It won't happen. That's what that means.
Mm-hmm.
When do you think that they'll acknowledge us this year? When do you think that when do you think that they'll acknowledge us, that we exist?
I'm still dying for a cease and desist. I think once we start selling merch, if it happens, it'll be that.
Yep, probably.
Nutbeats, I have a Skaven army for Age of Sigmar, but I can't figure out a paint scheme. Any ideas? You could base it off of like the normal colors of rats, like brown, white, and black, and just have them sprinkled throughout the army. Could be fun. Or bright pink.
Ooh,
those are your two options. Man, the Skaven are really fun.
They are fun. Like that Abomination.
Oh, the Helped Abomination is like one of the greatest minis of all time. Jet Repairman, they already confirmed an Orc Commando separate box and Krieg separate box and Kill Team starter set. Yes, they did, but there's been no word on when it's coming out. It's just continuously been soon for like months and months and months.
Yeah. For too long.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Blandastic, all albino Skaven.
Yeah.
That would also look good.
There's a really, really, really weird old movie called Food of the Gods, where like industrial waste turns animals into giant animals, and so throughout the course of the film, these like campers, these people out camping, have to fend off giant chickens, giant insects, and then the movie ends with an army of giant rats. And then there's like one hero rat who's albino. It's a really weird old movie.
Yeah. It certainly sounds like it.
Anybody in the Chicagoland area, I saw it on Svengoolie.
Ooh. Kevin Estebar. Bought my first airbrush with compressor and a powered spray booth. Gotta spend the whole week cleaning and throwing out old crap to make room.
Nice. Clock, spoiler alert, that was on my movie watch list, sad face. No, it wasn't. Who would have heard of this movie? Squirtland Ninja. Yo, Svengoolie slapped. It's great that a few people have heard of Svengoolie. It came after like the Three Stooges hour. It was the same guy. Do 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 do. And when I was little, we would always watch the Three Stooges portion of the show, but it was pretty rare I was allowed to watch Svengoolie. Because usually old horror movies have because usually a lot of old horror movies have like boobage and swearing.
Yeah, and you're still not allowed.
Nope.
Which is, yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah, haven't figured out how to turn off the parental block.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it also applies to when we watch the Warhammer Plus stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You have to cover your eyes when we're watching Angels of the Death.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a little too violent for you.
LSYT, any tips on improving accuracy with brushstrokes? I'm painting Legion Stormtroopers, and black detail on white armor is nerve-wracking. Yep, just experience. There's no secret. It's just trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're using a good quality brushes that are consistent.
You probably like what you have found out is you probably don't want to go with the smallest brush in the world, like that has like 3 hairs on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the paint will just dry up instantly.
Yeah, you want a good size brush. These Centurions are so slick. I love the Centurions. They're just so cool. And they're a huge point sink, which is great because I'm probably going to be playing some low point games of 40k, and so these will really help make sure that I don't have too many models on the board.
Yep.
Equal Monkey, where do you get your magnets for models? a website called K&J Magnetics. They are fantastic. They have every size you can think of. They've never had anything out of stock for me. They usually have some great stuff in their like overstock or discount section. Like you can get anything. Like I've gotten I have for my Han Solo pistol. I actually got a magnet that was like 1.5 millimeters tall, and then it was like a long 1 inch long rectangle. And that was super, super helpful for the very, very, very specific thing I needed it to do. NCR Trooper, patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. Clock. Remember staying up late when I was in the first grade to watch Elvira on the USA Network and saw Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That film had me terrified of clowns till I was 19 and finally rewatched it. Killer Clowns is a great movie. It is so much fun. And rockin' soundtrack. Corey Braun, I saw Svengoolie at a mall somewhere in the burbs. His rubber chicken, for some reason, always scared me as a kid. His chicken was called Irwin, I think. Jason G, hey Jay, will you be starting that Sister of Battle army? Yes, it's already kind of started. For Kill Team, I bought 1 box of Sister Repentia, which I have finished and painted. And I have bought 1 box of Battle Sisters, which I have built, but I haven't painted yet. And then I really want to get, a little bit of everything for the Sisters. They're just so neat. Jurgen, hey Jay, how do you store your magnetized bits that aren't on the model when you display them? I use little drug bags.
Mm-hmm.
And they all go in there.
You have to pour the drugs out first, though.
Yeah,
right?
I pour out the drugs and then put in the bits.
Yeah. It's the only little problem that you can run into.
Lee Quinn, you can tell that Jay doesn't play 40k games because of how wrong his opinion was in the tournament video.
Yeah. You know what? People were surprisingly fine.
Yeah. Josh Welch, those guys look sweet. That is the same idea that I'm doing with my Chaos Marines, packing 4 Obliterators. Nice to have some big beefers out.
Amazing. Hashtag big beefers.
Mm-hmm. I'm Bartman. I hate the new Games Workshop models. Why do they need guns? Why isn't everyone just friends and work together to kill the fish communists? Peace and love.
You know, great points. Great points.
I know there was a great episode of Red Letter Media's streaming show, their video game streaming show back in the day, and they had their Canadian buddies on, and the Canadian friend was playing Doom. And he was like, oh my gosh, what button is extend hand in friendship? Sorry. He kept saying sorry every time he threw a grenade. Sorry. Cody B, have you played Centurions on the tabletop? Been wanting to try them out, but have been told not to. Nope, but I'm sure they're good enough. I think Auspex Tactics had a video on them. I mean, it's a little old at this point, but he said that they're acceptable.
And if he says that they're acceptable, they're acceptable.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in my mind, Auspex is 40k Tactics.
Boom.
There is no Tactics without Auspex. And there is no Auspex without 40k. Also, every once in a blue moon, he'll share like a progress video on his Space Marine army, and he's a really good painter.
Ah. That is neat. Jason M, I trust everything Auspex says.
Mm-hmm.
Flipnote dude at 88. Now you're shilling for him too?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll send him an invoice. It's okay.
Yellow Goblin. Auspex wrote the whole Codex Astartes. Gilliman just republished it.
Ha! Yeah, Gilliman ripped him off.
Mm-hmm. That happens. It's rude, but it happens.
I like that his name, Reboot Day, is just Robert. His name's Rob.
Robert P. Gilliman.
Mm-hmm.
BJ McMurray. Nick and Jay are equal opportunity shillers.
Mm-hmm.
You better believe it. That's how you make sure you get all the right shill points.
Mm-hmm.
EJ95, I missed a lot of streams lately, but at least I can catch up while I paint later.
Yeah.
This is true. If anyone misses streams, they're actually all on our channel still.
Mm-hmm.
The third link in the description is all of our past live streams. You can go back to live stream number 1
Yes.
when I wasn't even there.
Mm-hmm.
I joined on live stream 2.
Yeah, they're a little bit hidden in a playlist because that's the way we have to do it.
Yep.
I'm Bartman. The old metal catachans are amazing, and I'm going to paint them and post it on my Insta and have, drumroll please, hashtag EOB complete.
Sweet.
Ooh, speaking of metal catachan, I'll be right back.
Oh. Wonder what this is going to be. Very exciting. 100 Joys. Jay, what do you think of the Contemptor Dreadnought? Well, he's gone, so I'm going to say it sucks. That's what I'm going to say. Hydroglider. Where does the split half and half color scheme come from? I've seen it in some art and on some other minis. I don't know, but I bet Jay does. Oh, there you go.
I have some metal catachan. I don't know exactly what I'll do with them yet, but I definitely think that they are potentially video material.
Ah. The guy with the holding the bomb, the missile, or whatever the hell that is.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Look at him go.
Pew 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 pew. Pew pew.
Mm-hmm.
100 Joys, Jay, what do you think about the Contemptor Dreadnoughts? Super, super cool. The plastic one that Games Workshop sells is a little bit rigid looking, and the ones from Forge World are very expensive, but it is a cool model.
Mm-hmm. I answered that one while you were gone, and I said it's bad. because I don't know anything about it.
Mm-hmm. Lee Quinn, what is Jay and Nick's opinion on helmets on Space Marines? Do you prefer a visible face or a protected head?
You know, I never really cared, but once we started watching Angels of Death,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know, they should always wear their helmets, probably.
Yeah, it's great.
Probably
Like when you
not
see just a
good.
hail of bullets bouncing off their armor, and
Yeah.
yet their head's just sitting right there.
Yeah. Probably not a good idea to just have your head out,
But
exposed.
I
But I get
usually
it.
like the helmets, but I like a helmetless head on like captains and sergeants just to make them look different. And I feel like it's easier to you kind of like they have a different feel to them when you can see
Yeah.
their face. It's a little more personable.
And the captains are badasses, so they
Yeah.
obviously their face just dodges all the bullets, obviously.
I only want to watch it. Why would the guard issue clown shoes? Yeah, they're a little silly. You know what though? I do appreciate it because for some reason, Space Marines are really, really flat-footed. Like if you look at like a military boot, there's a almost like a inch of heel and like metal or of a rubber sole. But like even especially Terminators look like they're wearing UGG boots. I usually actually add a little bit of plastic underneath the foot of my Terminators just to make it look not so awkward. So I think I would take a too big shoe over a too small shoe. Narcoplexy Catalyst, is this going to be a video? The Centurions, that is? Maybe. Monditure, heads out for Harambe. Now that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Mhm.
Jason Shee, Gene Stealers have bases way too small for them. Yes, they do. I've moved all of my Gene Stealers onto 32mm bases, and it helps a little, but even that is arguably too small. I don't really think they should be on 40s. It's just kind of an obnoxious, wide model.
Mhm.
I think they probably should be on 32s, though. I want to say the Gene Stealers that came in Deathwatch Overkill were on 32s. The two that came in that box. Those are the newest sculpts we've gotten for Gene Stealers. A box from like 6 years ago. But you know what? They have the files. I don't know why they're waiting so long to give us new Gene Stealers.
Peter Blandastic. I have very flat feet. I did 10 years in the military, 5 in infantry. Flat feet are no barrier to that work.
Daniel Bear. Oh god, Harambe. I only just got over him. Sleep well, sweet prince. Nutbeats, what is your favorite paint starter set? I don't know. I think they're all a little tricky because it's hard to guarantee that you're going to need every single paint in the set, and so they're not that much of a deal. I don't think there's one starter set that'll like get you going, or like Vallejo has a good one that has like mostly primary colors and like a wash. There's some good stuff out there. Apparently, Games Workshop is making one that's not that great, but at least you get to pick what colors you want, and so you just put together a set of 10 paints, and then you get the 10th one for free. Pro Acryl, I think, does something, or no, Scale 75 does something similar, where you can pick the paints that make up your set. I would just buy paints as you need them. Like if you're gonna paint some ultramarines, I'd buy a blue, a yellow, a dark blue, a metallic, and a red, and then like just grow your paint collection from there. Malignus the Undying King. Hey Jay, what's your favorite weapons loadout on your Centurions, or the loadout you will likely be using the most? I don't know. I mean, I magnetized all the options except Grav. I don't think I'll be using much Gravity.
Certainly not anymore.
Yeah, but I put the Storm Bolters in the chest because I feel like the missiles are a little bit overkill, and they're kind of expensive. So I'll probably just use the Storm Bolter. Or not Storm Bolters, the Hurricane Bolters. On my close combat arms, I added the Flamers. The Meltas kind of make more sense, but the Flamers kind of make them more well-rounded, I feel like, because if some like chaff unit like Orc Boys tries to run in and tie up the Centurions, they can flamethrower them. And so I feel like that's more useful than just melting something, and then if the melt-a-guns don't happen to kill it, then you can go into close combat and punch it to death. I like the idea of the bolters because you get so many shots. I mean, you get the hurricane bolt, the 6 hurricane bolter shots, and then you get 6 more heavy bolter shots. But I have a feeling I won't take those that much because I already have a lot of Strength 4, Strength 5 weapons. I mean, almost everything in the Space Marine Army has Strength 4, Strength 5 weapons. So I feel like a unit that spams that is not super important. But I could see it like maybe if I was doing something interesting like not bringing troops. I would bring these guys to kind of fulfill that role of Chaff Destroyer. I feel like Las cannons are probably going to be the one that I'm going to take.
And speaking of taking, it is 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
We had a video already out on Monday. We have 3, count them, 3 more videos out. We have, of course, a very, very exciting video out tomorrow. We have a video out on Friday, and then another one on Saturday. But that Saturday one is a Patreon exclusive one. We also have a Patreon exclusive live stream after the normal live stream on Friday. So it's almost like everyone should join the Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, why aren't you all not on the Patreon?
Yeah,
People
what gives?
The Patreon. But we'll be back with another live stream tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central. Mm-hmm. So join us for that.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Good night.
Good night.